Sanele Sithole, also known as Sanel.
Musician.
Sanel musician. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
You've had a big weekend. You had 3 summer awards.
Yeah.
I mean, for your song Akanamali.
Yeah.
I mean, that was an anthem. Tell me how that felt, just looking back at your journey to where you are right now.
Wow, that, especially when they were calling out my name, it was the most strangest thing ever. I felt really good about it, but I was very nervous. Yeah, it's one of those moments where you just realize what you've been working on, the path and the team. Right, let me just put it that way. And we've been working hard with the guys, so it was more like a validation in which we path right. So yeah, that's how it felt. Yeah.
Now, before this one and before Akanamali, you had already been in the industry for a couple of years. Tell me about that journey. Who was Sanel then? What was going on in your life then?
Shucks. Sanele was one of those guys at Funike University. I actually did go to college, UKZN PMP campus. First year I was there, but I kind of found music in the whole process and fell in love with the music, and then I dropped out of college. And then 2011 I moved to Johannesburg. I've got my first deal then at Demo Music, and then first time working with a professional artist, Busi and Demo. That's when I started making music.
So now you get to Joburg, and then now you work with
Busi.
Something Soweto.
Something Soweto, yeah.
Yes, you meet Something Soweto. Tell me about that collaboration. How did you guys meet? How did you guys end up working together?
Sam played some of his music, with laptop, do, and then I was like, wait, hold on, this sounds like the soil. He was like, no, I was part of the soil. He told me a story. I was like, oh, cool. And then he listened to my music. I was like, dude, we have to work. So that's how we met. And then we hit the studio 2016. Yeah.
And it's so amazing that you recorded this hit song and the rest of your album in your bedroom.
It's crazy.
I don't think a lot of people know that.
And it's such a weird story because that's how I actually finished the whole album. It was just a bed and a little setup. Because of the experience of working with Busi and traveling all over the world, because she took me everywhere. So I got to listen to my sounds that are different from different countries to different places. So I kind of combined the experience, and then I didn't really need a big studio because I already knew how to operate the software and how to manipulate this and that. So finished the whole album, work on the song, 3 months on the Akanamali, and then Pashu.
And you opted for a digital copy instead of a hard copy afterwards for your album.
Yes.
So I suppose this makes it easier. Being an independent artist, you have everything at your fingertips. You know how to make yourself a brand, how to get yourself out there as an independent artist.
That's
right?
true. It's very true, because I'm glad I didn't sign with a major, because I can understand now when you don't get gigs and you got a big song playing and like, what's happening? And then I understand now you need to get yourself out there, do interviews so people know they can so no music at the same time. So another weird story about Akanamali was released in a bus, Greyhound. We only had 10 bucks, converted that to 50 megabytes, called my little brother Safuna a credit card so we can boost on Facebook. So that's how Akanamali was released.
What?
In a bus, Greyhound, on our way to KZN. Crazy story.
Now, what lessons would you say you've learned throughout your journey from when you started to where you are right now, being a boy from rural KZN?
Yeah.
And now you're a big head. What lessons have you?
Big hits. Still sounds strange. Yeah. You know, you really need to do your research. You need to know what you're doing, because I was kind of a rebel in a way, because I didn't want to listen to radio or TV because I didn't think they would play my kind of music. So it's just strange, right? And radio's playing my music like insanely now. So what I could give other guys is just someone who come get kids and from Makai and moving, like, just get yourself a team, a plan. Those two, you'll never go wrong, because I didn't know how to get my music radio. That's another thing. So I got my manager who's clued up about that side of life. So see, now I'm a creative. You can't do everything on your own.
Well, tell me what you're working on right now.
Gosh, right now I'm in studio again, which is strange because I've got an album out, but this is what's happening. Simi, I'm working on Simi's project. Simi is an artist I've signed, and I'm also working on Stone's project. These two guys have been there with me since Akanamali and all that movement, the whole new sound that is happening right now. And I'm working on a tour. Firstly, in South Africa.
Okay.
From South African tour, I'm planning on doing an African tour. And then from Lapo, hopefully we can do a world tour.
It seems you may be doing the world tour very soon.
Yeah, I'm
Alicia
hopeful.
Keys and Swiss Beats have already noticed your music.
Yeah.
I mean, tell me about that.
That's the most strangest story and the most beautiful thing that has happened for me with musical career I am right now. Strange story again. Casper on Twitter, dude. Swiss is looking for you. Give me your numbers. I'm like, oh, this is Casper. Give it to him. He calls me. I'm like, I'm easy for. I'm like, this is the real Casper. And then he's like, no, actually, Swiss is looking for you. But he's working on Alicia Keys' album. He's looking for you and Sam. He likes Akanamali. And then I could see the videos on Instagram. His kid was dancing to Akanamali. And I was like, wow, this is strange. This is cool. And then they kind of organized for us to come to New York for a week. So we went there, flew in. So we had little time to work on new music. Alicia's there, I'm panicking.
So you're making the music in front of her?
She wants to see how we make music, which is the most weirdest thing. I'm like, Alicia, I need to see how you make your music. We worked on the song, I think we came up with 2 beats then, submitted, I think they liked it.
Wow, so they're hoping to use your music on Alicia Keys' new album?
Yes. I really enjoyed being there.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's great. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I wish this interview was longer. Sit the whole day, just talk about everything. Eh?
Thanks so much, Lindiwe. Now let's take you to the movies and see what's new and exciting on the big screen this week. Stay tuned.
The aircraft is level, we're facing north-northeast, barometric pressure at 1031, and I've been let loose in the cockpit of an SAA aircraft. Be very, very afraid. Next time on Taking Stock, I'm talking to Peter Davies. He is the Chief Turnaround Specialist at SAA, tasked with spending another 21.7 billion rands worth of your money to turn the airline that flies this antiquated aircraft around. Next time on Taking Stock. If I'm not seeing you then, I'll be flying this plane again.
Beatings instead of rehabilitation for psychiatric patients.
The security took him, they stripped him, they took him in an isolated room and they beaten him up until he wetted himself.
As you can see, more tales of abuse from Eastern Cape mental health institutions.
It's not one institution, it's the whole province.
Checkpoint, Tuesdays, 9:35 on ENCA.
Hi everyone, heading to the cinema anytime soon and not quite sure what to watch? Well, here's a taste of what's new on the big screen this week. If you're into supernatural thrillers, then you'll want to see Toni Collette, Alex Wolff, and a few others team up in a film that'll literally have you jump out of your seats. Definitely not for the faint-hearted. But if you're keen for some fun, animation, or even a bit of comedy, then I suggest you don't go anywhere. Take a look at this.
They've been waiting for a second chance. waiting for their country to need them again. That time is meow.
They brought us Super Troopers back in 2001, and more than a decade later, Fox Searchlight Pictures brings us the sequel, Super Troopers 2.
What do I win? A one-way ticket to hell.
Directed by Jay Chandrasekhar, who also happens to be one of the writers and actors, the movie follows the Super Troopers who are called on to set up a new highway patrol station.
Can you show me your party papers?
It comes at a time of a border dispute between the United States and Canada. You can expect some unusual police work from the team that could leave you in stitches.
Let's give a big Canadian welcome to the Vermont Highway Patrol.
The film also stars Rob Lowe, Kevin Heffernan and Steve Lemmy.
Repeat after me. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. When I just got a glimpse of this next film, I jumped right out of my chair and nearly hit the ceiling. So please be warned, this next film has some really scary bits. If Time Out New York rated this movie as this generation of The Exorcist, but heads will spin more savagely, then you know you're in for a real horror film.
It's heartening to see so many strange new faces here today. I know my mom would be very touched and probably a little suspicious.
Hereditary is written and directed by Ari Aster and takes a look at some of the things you may not have put on your list of what you'd like to keep from a deceased parent.
Even when you were a little baby, she wouldn't let me feed you because she needed to feed you. She was a very difficult woman, which maybe explains me.
In this case, when the head of the Graham family dies, her daughter, played by Toni Collette, and family begin to unfold a string of terrifying secrets about their family heritage.
She had private rituals, private friends.
Who's gonna take care of me?
You don't think I'm gonna take care of you?
But when you die...
It seems her and the kids may have inherited some of the grandmother's demons. They try to run, but it seems fate is not on their side. I recommend you don't sip on any beverage during this one.
I just don't want to put any more stress on my family.
Did you wash your hands? With soap?
On to something lighter. Get ready for another installment of a familiar superhero film by Pixar Animation Studios and Walt Disney Pictures.
Mom's new job.
Incredibles 2 sees Mom Helen in the forefront, fighting crime, while husband Bob is left at home with their kids.
Watch the kids, no problem.
This is made even tougher when they're caught off guard by their youngest Jack's developing powers.
And Jack.
He's in excellent health.
But when a new villain appears to have concocted a dangerous plan, the family has to pull together to fend him off. But is it as easy as it sounds? Well, you'll have to get your movie ticket to find out.
Combustion imminent? What does that mean? Ah!
It means fire.
Some of the voices include the likes of Samuel L. Jackson, Craig T. Nelson, and Holly Hunter. That sadly brings us to the end of today's show. I do hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Join us again next week, same place, same time, for more entertainment news. And don't forget to share your thoughts and ideas with us via our Twitter handle @ENCA with the hashtag The Spotlight. And if you'd like to see a repeat of this show, you can find us on YouTube. See you again next time.
Nomitheni nomenjani ngithanda yena wangempelo ngiyamthanda uhlale nami emihleni njalo kuyafana ngiyamthanda yabona mpintshami angidlali mpintshami ngiyamthatha ngoDisemba ngiyamthanda so mamela skim sami temba mina awutami ngizomthanda wena kuduzo sola ngathi uyabakhohlwa